Hey, welcome to summer 2016, and I'm making a kind of a, I guess you would say it's kind of an impromptu vinyl video. I had in my last vinyl thrift store finds video, I said I had a couple other videos in the computer that I haven't done any editing to, and I still haven't. But I've been so busy with work and other things, I haven't had time. But I'm when I'm recording this now, I'm starting a vacation week where my company is my production job is shut down. So in a way, I have like vacation, and the nice thing about having vacation, yeah, you have time away from work, especially when you have to work like a lot of mandatory overtime. But then the better thing, and I'm saying this through years of experience of job insecurity, uh, not only you have paid time off, but you have a job to come back to, which I am eternally grateful for. I mean, the place I'm working at, not to talk too long about it, but we can't get we can't get qualified people to do what we do, and it's not rocket science, which is kind of funny. But in fact, it's probably easier to run for president of the U.S. Than to get people to work where I work, and that's saying something. Of course, it isn't saying much for the candidates for president, the quality that you have there, but enough of the politics. But reason why I'm making this video is because we're really getting to summer here, and it's so nice to have the great weather. Other things like in my case too, this is like in a personal thing. Like I finally got my other car, this MGB. If you follow this channel, I got that to where it's a reliable driving car. It's not a show car, but it looks pretty darn nice. I mean, people give me compliments and stuff, say, "Hey, nice ride" and stuff like that. But um, just to show you another couple things that I'm gonna call this video antique. It's about antiques because I just got a handful of finds here. I got 3 records to show that I got at an antique. They call it a mall, but it's kind of like a small. Technically, it's an antique mall, but it's not that big. I mean, but it's kind of a cool place. I like to go there I don't know, every couple weeks or so. But another thing I'm talking about in this video too is about I think antiques. I mean, I'm gonna be turning next month. I'll turn 56, and it's not that bad. I mean, if you know me, if you know what I feature on this channel. In fact, I'll even turn my webcam here. I mean, that's how I got around today. I got around on the bike there, that bike, um, to do things in town, the town I live in here. And, you know, the funny thing about vinyl, people who collect vinyl in the vinyl community, I think the demographics of people who are interested in, like, say, vinyl are like the same if you follow trends in like collecting, where I think people like, I can't speak for everybody my age, but it's like people my age, they think that anything new that comes out is somehow better, and they think that they don't want to be seen as an old fogey, so they want to embrace the new thing. When MP3s and then CDs and all that came out. Yeah, I mean, you might have people my age probably years ago, they got into that or whatever, but then they got rid of their vinyl and that, which was good for me because I bought your records. Okay, I bought other people my age who thought, oh, vinyl is all obsolete, or it's inferior. Well, the joke was on you because in subsequent years, um, people found out if they had a good system, which most people did not buy. Most people had cheapy plastic turntables and tinny speakers on their home stereo. They never really got the potential out of their vinyl records. if they took care of them too. I mean, they probably let them get all scratchy and didn't clean them once in a while. But I wasn't like that. I always looked at the, well, first of all, I'm cheap. I've, through necessity, growing up poor, I didn't have a lot of options to get the latest greatest thing anyway. But you realize that when something comes out of fashion, after like the early 90s with vinyl records, when CDs came in, and that then vinyl records became like dirt cheap at the thrift stores. And that's when I really started to buy them. I mean, yeah, I bought records new back in the mid 70s when I first had jobs and had spending money. But I really got into vinyl after about the mid 1980s, right when CDs came out, and then I saw that vinyl was really populating the thrift stores. And that's the funny thing was, it's like then what happens is that something like that, it goes into a period of low interest where it's cheap to buy, but then a subsequent generation discovers it, and then the demand picks up, and then the demand kind of drives the prices up, and then for better or worse, then actually companies are actually pressing new vinyl records, not only of new releases but of classic albums. So let's say now you can buy some mini classic albums that probably have better quality than when they were new. But the downtrend or the downside perhaps is that in that stream, I know I'm rambling here, in that stream, that sound stream from the original analog master tape to the new vinyl pressings, there's a kind of cheating in that chain, that sound chain, where they'll take that tape or whatever, and then they'll digitize it into a digital file, and then they'll take that, and then they'll press that digital file onto a new vinyl record. And I've seen that, or I've heard that with a couple of the releases I bought. I bought last fall. If you watch this channel, where I went to a store called the Exclusive Company, and I bought some re-releases. Um, One of them that I remember offhand was one called Aftermath, which was the Rolling Stones. It was one of their mid '60s records, where once upon a time I had the original. I had the British import. The American version was a totally different record, but I could tell it as I played the one I had, the Abco reissue of the British release called Aftermath. It sounded just a little too good. And it sounds like I'm kind of complaining, but it did. It just sounded a little too quiet. It's like especially in certain tracks, like if you know, like the last track of side one, which was kind of like a long kind of jam or whatever, where they're like improvising, or Mick Jagger is kind of improvising with his singing or whatever. It just sounded a little like the quiet parts sound just unnaturally quiet. And that's something a lot of people who know sound used to complain about with digital and with CDs, is that it seems to have like a fake quiet. But I know I'm kind of getting off the track here. But what I'm saying basically is, I think the demographics are like of vinyl and the VC are interesting. They keep vinyl alive, but the people who are really mostly keeping vinyl alive are the ones who discovered it after their parents or their grandparents thought it was, old hat, and thought that the new stuff is better. And maybe on a tangent, if you follow this channel too, I feel the same way with like something I'm also passionate about is photography. Um, I noticed that too. If you look around YouTube, that like film cameras for a while, I mean, you can still get some like 35 millimeter cameras are starting to go up in price now if you shop around eBay or whatever. but there's the ones that are going up in price are the ones that were like the so-called classic ones, the ones that had like a mainly metal construction, and then the ones that were like late, very late before the digital era started. Those you can still get those like dirt cheap, and those are the ones that were like all sophisticated with menus, and they were computerized, but there were a lot of plasticky bodies and stuff. But I mean, I picked up a couple. I picked up like a Minolta 7000 or whatever Maxim, and it's like I picked it up for like the body was like $6 and the flash was like $4 or whatever, and then I bought stuff with it. But that camera new was like $500 back in like 1984, and now you can get now those things are going so dirt cheap that you can buy a hamburger at McDonald's is more expensive, or a meal at McDonald's is more expensive. But that's the funny thing about collecting and the demographics of age of people who discover things and keep things alive. I I'm kind of different. I think um, I grew up with vinyl records and analog sound. And I'm going to show you something behind me sitting on my sofa here that I picked up for $5 too. That I'm probably gonna recondition and work on. But that's the funny thing, that the people who keep something alive are not the ones who grew up with it. It's the ones who discovered it. Another generation discovers it, and I think the main thing is they realize that the result, like the sound, is, I think, is still better than digital. But the problem is you have to have a really good system. You have to have a good turntable and a good amplifier and good speakers, and the actual physical disc has to be in excellent condition, or very, very good condition. It has to have been cleaned once in a while. You know, don't let it get scratched. Don't let your cartridge um, you know, get, or I should say your stylus, don't get the stylus, wear it down, and gradually turn those grooves into mincemeat on those discs. Same thing with photography. I mean, all this digital stuff. Yeah, it's all, it's great, but still many people know that a really high fine grained film is the equivalent of something like a 40, especially in medium format. It's the equivalent of like a 40 megapixel, you know, digital SLR, which is going to cost you, you know, 10 grand or something. So not many people I know like myself can afford that, but we can find a good camera, and you know, for a song almost, and even collectible ones are not that, it's like too expensive, not yet. So but I just, after rambling here, I'm sure I'm rambling for quite a while, and I will finally get into the into the three things I bought at this antique mall. Oh, but I just want to show you this thing really quick. Like I said, I got this thing that's real walnut veneer. It's like a stereo, and it needs a lot of TLC. It sort of worked when I bought it. I knew it was only $5 at Goodwill, but it looked really cool. And I'll show you how these things open up here. And although I noticed one of the speakers there, one of the speakers is like, I think was like recovered with some kind of material because it's darker than the other one. The other one says like Juliet or whatever, which I think was like a Radio Shack trade name. But that's kind of, it's like a really cool kind of like a home stereo. And it's like I said, it's all real, it looks like it's real like walnut veneer. So it should like polish up really nice with some lemon oil. And this is another one of my projects. Like I said, I got so much stuff here. There's my ham transceiver there, which I don't have a license, but I use the receiver. But yeah, I'm pretty busy with all this stuff that I play around with, you know. But without any further ado, let's get into the finds. Um, they actually they actually kind of wrap these really nice too. They put these, they recycle bags from like this local grocery store, and I'm not gonna say what town I'm in, but one of these towns here is the town I live in. So I'm not gonna say what it is. Once upon a time in a past video, I think I did mention it, but I don't know. You can guess if you want, but you can kind of wrap these really nice for me too, which I was kind of. Funny thing is, it's like I picked two of these out, and then I took them up to the counter saying here, and they want you to do this because they don't want you mixing up stuff from vendors or whatever. So it's like I found two of these in one area that I talked before. This guy, he has this large vinyl area. And he calls it Vinyl Mania. But then I found another little stall that had some records, and I found the third record that I brought up to the counter, and then I paid for them all at once. But anyway, let's unwrap these. I'm glad they did wrap them nice because it was a pretty warm day, and I'd say I rode the bike, and it's like a 20-minute bike ride to this place from where I live through town. And I'm afraid sometimes I'm afraid to say the heat would like maybe hit the records in my little luggage or my little bag or whatever. You see that? There's like that bag on the side. That's how I carried them. But which ones do I show first? The ones these are the two from the Vinyl Mania vendor. I wasn't gonna. I was like on the fence on getting this. I liked it, and I think you could still get this on CD. It's a Neil Young record. It was Neil in the Blue Notes. This Note's for You. But the reason why I was kind of on the fence about it is it's got a couple. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe it's got a couple scratches. Yeah, this one right there. Maybe you can see right there. And the scratched one is on 10 Men Working, and then into this Notes for You. Not into that second track, but and then I think there was a slight scratch on the other side. I can't recall. No, maybe not. But otherwise, it looks like it's in excellent condition. Otherwise, and I paid $6.95 for it. So I think I'll be happy with it. Now here's something I don't have any records by this group. I think they were kind of a bluesy group. I know, British group, but this is the Pretty Things Savage Eye, and I know absolutely nothing about this record. But it's kind of cool. It's on Swan Song, which we all know is the Led Zeppelin's label or whatever. So and it's in excellent condition. So I thought, well, I'm gonna take a chance. I mean, if they had anything to do with this record, it should be pretty cool. Now, like I said, after I picked those, took them up to the people at the counter, saying I'm still looking. What I was really looking for at this antique shop. I'm always looking for cameras and like radios. Not this radio. This one was at Goodwill. But anyway, then I looked at another little stall or whatever, and there's a few records down there, and I found this record, and it's Mr. Tambourine Man, the Birds, but it's a mono. It's an original mono pressing, and for $5. And of course, this is what I hate when people when people write their their name or their initials or whatever. I hate that. I hate when people do that. But I don't know. But it looks to be in pretty good shape. I'm gonna do it's got maybe some superficial scratches on it. But if I do a really good cleaning, I'm sure I'll be happy with it. It'd be interesting to find out, you know, if there's anything different musically rather than just the characteristics of the sound. I mean, so many people say that, oh, the mono pressings of '60s records were better, of classic albums or whatever, but I don't know. I do have another a mono Birds pressing of another one, but it was in pretty bad shape. Um, but oh, look at this! I just noticed this. Here, write something, Koopman Eagle, and it looks like a phone number. I don't think you want to write your personal information on something and then like give it away, even though it might have been years ago. But that's monocopy there, Mr. Tambourine Man. So I hope you hope you enjoyed this video. I know I kind of rambled on about a lot of different things here, and but like I said, it's summer and the weather's finally nice. I mean, yeah, we had a lot of storms going through, and things are relatively nice in Wisconsin here. I mean, down south of us, and of course, if I know the following, you know, California always got the wildfires and got a lot of flooding down in like Texas, Oklahoma, and that. And but up here where we always have the crappy winters, you know, it's like this. You know, it's relatively nice for a change. And you know, I usually don't show you a full length shot, but this is how I'm dressed. I mean, I live on a second floor apartment here, and I usually have the air conditioning going. Turn it off for this video. But yeah, it's I hope you're doing well, whoever you are, wherever you are. And of course, this video went a lot longer than I expected. But I hope you enjoy whatever music you have, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy the summer. And take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Bye for now. Until next time.